Okay, so for this question, you're right, it does have something to do with simultaneous equations, but we need to work out what our simultaneous equations are first. Now, here it tells us that h of 4 is equal to 22. Now, what that means is that in h, if you replace x with 4, then ax plus b would be equal to 22. So I can write that as, I know that h of x is equal to ax plus b, but I know that x is equal to 4, so I can change this x to a 4, and I can say that 4a plus b is going to be equal to 22. And that came from the fact that my h of 4 was equal to 22. So that's my first equation. Right, now I need to deal with this. Okay, now g to the minus 1 of 14, so that tells me I want the inverse function of g. So I'm going to deal with that first. So I'm going to say, right, I know that g of x is equal to 3x plus 2. Now to turn something into an inverse function, we say y is equal to 3x plus 2 and we rearrange it. So we minus our 2 and we divide by 3. So we end up with x is equal to y minus 2 over 3. We then change that into an inverse function and we say g to the minus 1 of x is equal to x minus 2 over 3. Okay, so we know what our inverse function is now. Now, we're told that our inverse function of 14 is equal to h of 1. Okay, so I'm going to look at my inverse function, and instead of x, I'm going to write 14, because that's what it tells me to put in. So I know that 14 minus 2 divided by 3. Now 14 minus 2 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I know that 4 is going to be equal to, now I want h of 1. So I'm going to look at h and I'm going to say, right, instead of an x, I'm going to write a 1. So that's just going to become a plus b. So I know that 4 is going to be equal to a plus b. So now we've got this equation here, and we've got this equation here. Those are our two simultaneous equations now. So I can say I've got 4a plus b equals 22, and I've got a plus b equals 4. And you know how to solve simultaneous equations, so I'm going to leave it there for you.